There we go. All right, make sure. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CSL 2017 to 2018 season. We are here in the spring semester, and we're going to bring you a game of UMD. That's UMCP, actually. University of Maryland, College Park, I believe. UMD Dota?
Yep.
Versus University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so UMCP doing quite well, at least in the spring season, 5-0 so far, so very respectable. Coming out of 4-3 in the fall, so they definitely something to adjust here coming into this new season, and very great to see that. Overall record of course, is 9-3 if you've been counting, and over on Pittsburgh, they have
no slouches either, yeah.
Yeah, 9-2. Oh, it looks like they had they played one less game, and then one less loss, at least right now. So very, very, very close so far. And both undefeated in the spring season. So one of these teams are going to face their first loss in this season right now.
Yes, they will. And I believe this here is the last week before we have a week off, and then it's playoffs time.
Yeah, playoffs time. Super excited for that. I mean, that's where everything comes ahead, right? All the preparation you've been doing.
All this has just been peanuts so far.
Exactly. It doesn't really matter too much. The playoff is where it matters, right? The placing and stuff like that, of course, is nice to go into the playoffs better, but it's all about who comes out on top. So we'll see. There can be some unexpected turnarounds.
Tony Bear, how do you feel about this Nature's Prophet?
I don't know much about it, actually. Haven't seen him around. Actually, I think we've been seeing him come back a little bit, but still not, a popular pick. It surprises to me how every single time I feel like I see him recently, it's almost always a first pick. Like, to me, since the hero doesn't seem too powerful, it seems like the hero should be more of a last pick thing when the enemy team can't respond to it.
Can't count,
Nature's Prophet. It's completely regular team, but usually when we see Nature's Prophet is picked as first pick. Well, one of the nice things about him obviously is that he's a safe offlaner. It's very hard to deny him XP and farm, honestly, because at the worst case scenario he can jungle. Like that was something we used to say about every single offlaner, I feel like, back when Iron Talon was a thing. But Nature's Prophet, Iron Talon or no, that guy can jungle as much as he wants. So there's always a backup plan, and of course, having global map presence is never bad.
Yeah, I feel like I have seen him a little bit more here in CSL, as well as I think some of the qualifier games. He's always, every time I've seen him, he's always had the same problem, is that the space, he couldn't make enough space, or the space that he made was just a little too late,
Yeah, no, I agree. And it really depends on the team, I feel like, the enemy teams, and also a Nature's Prophet player, right? Like, Nature's Prophet is such a high skill hero.
Skill
like
cap.
The skill cap, yeah. It's just a good point, because the hero isn't hard to play, it's hard to master. Because being at the right place at the right time is all about Nature's Prophet. And the fact that you literally have hundreds of choices you can be at anywhere and any time can mean the difference between, how legendary players like Bulldog are so great at Nature's Prophet, but not everyone can do what he did. Even back when Nature's Prophet was good, right? No one was a good Bulldog. So that kind of ideology that surrounds Nature's Prophet always means that a player who can do well, I feel like, always has an edge on the hero. And yeah, you're right. When we see sometimes mediocre players on him, or teams that can respond to him very well, the character have pushed one tier 2 by 15 minutes, 18 minutes, and then nothing really happens, while, as you said, it's too late and you have lost all your tier 2s, and it's Nature's Prophet gets choked out. Nothing you can do at that point.
Is this Juggernaut pickup in response to the Nature's Prophet? Do you think they want to go Battle Fury Jug, or do they not need the Battle Fury, or do you think he's just not even with Nature's in mind? We usually see Juggernaut picked up towards the end, usually last.
Yeah, I mean, but if there is Juggernaut if there's a carry to be picked in the first phase, Juggernaut's one of the best ones to pick, right? Because he doesn't have too much weaknesses, and he has a lot of strengths as well. He is good against Nature's Prophet. I would not say the best, but he definitely is good because even without Battle Fury, he has the Blade Fury, which he can use to clear out the thing. And I think he will go for Battle Fury, as you said, or at least, at the very least, like a Mjolnir. Or like he needs at least one clearing item, but yeah, we'll probably likely see the Battle Fury this game. And yeah, I don't mind the Juggernaut. I'm surprised they didn't pick the Gyrocopter, which is like incredible against Nature's Prophet, and obviously the best carry right now. If you saw the infographic on Reddit on the meta of ESL Katowice, Katowice, it's the Gyrocopter was the most picked hero in that tournament.
He was the big breakout.
Yeah. He was a big breakout. I mean, we were talking about him a lot when we were casting these games as well. We were seeing him more and more and more and more and more. And then, yeah, sure enough, he is the best carry right now. And we've been talking about how carries in this kind of a weird position right now. There aren't too many standout carries. And that means, hero like they picked Gyrocopter anyways. Okay, so we have Gyrocopter and Juggernaut.
That's what I was waiting for you to finish, but I felt like they still had the option of the mid Jug and the safe lane Gyro. And that looks like that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little weird though. Mid Jug can have problems. That's the problem.
Especially
with him
especially when they still have 3 picks and a ban left.
Exactly. So we'll see if this works out for them. Because safe lane Juggernaut is very safe. There's not much lane counters to him. But mid lane Juggernaut for sure can be countered, unless they just try lane him mid. Then Gyrocopter's gonna have a problem because Gyrocopter needs support. So yeah, we'll see. Slightly skeptical of their drafting order. Not that I'm against drafting cores first, because sometimes your support players are more flexible than your core players, and sometimes support picks can have more impact when it comes to counters. But I'm a little more skeptical of it when you do pick a unconventional mid lane like Juggernaut.
UMD taking quite a while on this pick here.
Yeah, they are running short on reserve time right now.
Was there anything that stood out that helped deal with the Gyrocopter that UMD needs to maybe get in their wheelhouse? Naga Siren already a great pickup there.
Yeah, I think Gyrocopter has a hard time dealing with like heavy amounts of damage, like because against other carries. The thing is, like, Gyrocopter doesn't have a big burst potential. Like, he kind of chips away at you. And so that means we saw the game between Fnatic versus Liquid, and they drafted Fnatic drafted Gyrocopter for Envy, and then Liquid drafted Phantom Assassin for the Miracle, and Miracle just ran over Gyro because Gyrocopter could not do enough damage to kill Phantom Assassin before Phantom Assassin crits him and kills him, right? Because Gyrocopter is all on, like, small auto attacks at a time, and the Missile Barrage doesn't do anything in the late game when you have BKBs and stuff like that. So he can have a hard time dealing with that because his greatest strength is like staying in kind of like the back line and just flat cannon the entire back line, like Nagasar and Lion hiding in the back, and they lose half their life just from the flat cannon, and it's just a sad life for all the supports.
So a durable diver is really the best answer we have right now for Gyro.
Yeah, I think so. Gyrocopter in a very weird way feels like Spectre to me. You know how Spectre you pick...
Yeah. I can totally get behind that.
Yeah, you kind of pick it to like pick off like supports in the backline like super easy, just like haunting them and stuff like that. So Gyrocopter kind of works the same way that Flat Cannon really forces out the supports from the enemy side from being anywhere around the fight. Speaking of running reserve time, Pittsburgh also being very liberal with the reserve time as well.
Radiant team pick.
There we go. Shadow Shaman pretty standard. They've already picked up their mid and their safe laner here, so Pittsburgh probably doesn't have a lot. It's kind of a rough spot for Pittsburgh in the draft here, right? Because they've got to make some picks, and pretty much all their utility is picked up, their carries are picked up. So UMD is really in a spot that they can read what's on the board and pick around it a lot better than they might normally be able to. But they don't have a lot of reserve time, so they're not going to have all that much time to do it.
Yeah. Something about Pittsburgh, though, they did take a lot of the powerful cores in the meta right now. As we talked about, there aren't a lot of good position ones available. There are very few. Lycan, Gyrocopter, and Juggernaut I think are top 3 for me. And Lycan, I don't think you will draft with Nature's Prophet. You could if you want to go super all in on that split push, but I'm not sure if you can make enough space for each other. So UMD decides to go for the Phantom Lancer, which I mean doesn't seem optimal here.
Yeah, they've got the flat cannon. They're going to have most likely a Battle Fury Jug. And then Disruptor, Static Storm. Like, they just have a lot of ways to really make this Phantom Lancer not have a good time.
Yeah, it's...
Peel, if he gets the space, he can absolutely get on Gyro with the Illusion Army, and there's going to have a hard time pulling him off. But outside of that, I don't think they ever let him get to that point, right? Or let him get there, close that gap.
Yeah, I think this PL pick looks quite weak here. And it's not because UMD, misdrafted. I just don't think there are a lot of good position ones available. PL is definitely one of the viable position ones, and I would not. He like kind of fluctuate from like tier 1 and tier 2 for me, like depending on how you pick him and when you pick him. Interesting, banning out the Queen of Pain as well. So they're thinking
they suspect this is an offlane Jug
or offlane Queen. Offlane Queen's a thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think they're banning out the offlane Queen, which obviously has more AoE. She can do the Sonic Wave to clear illusions and Nature's Prophet army, so it's a fair ban. OD gets
Puck is still available. Puck is still available for Pittsburgh. Why did
I like Puck.
Oh, Pittsburgh didn't ban their last one.
Yeah, they ran out of time.
There's the Tiny. That is standard. We see. I haven't seen as many first pick Tinies, but I've seen a lot of last pick Tinies these days.
Yeah,
or at least in the last few that I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he's viable in anywhere. Honestly, the hero is so good because it's flexible, right? Like, if you first pick Tiny, what really happens? Nothing really. You can last pick him, like, and it's like pretty good. Because he can do better against certain teams as well. And the thing is, like, he can go any lane. He can go mid, he can go safe, he can go off. The hero is just so flexible. That's like his beauty in this patch.
And that is part of the reason that we used to see him first picked so quickly, is that he was so flexible. But he did have a couple changes, right? And he's still powerful, but not.
Yeah, he's still great.
Not insta lock.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Here we go. As a league game, we like to introduce you to the players. Over on the UMD side, we're going to have Manama Jeff on the OD. I always love saying that. Miss will be playing the Naga Siren. Inferno, Manama Jeff, Inferno on the Phantom Lancer. Trubs will be on the Nature's Prophet, and we got MZS on that Lion.
And over on Pittsburgh, we have Acetoplam playing. Oh, that must be
Escitalopram.
Escitalopram. Escitalopram. Oh, well, what does that do?
I believe that is an antidepressant.
Oh, well, I'm glad he's coming to help. Yeah. Donut can be a hard game. As Wisp, I touch everything playing Disruptor. We've seen him before. Got Super JJ Fangay playing Gyrocopter. I believe that's a Hearthstone and Gwent player, actually. I watch his stream sometimes. Got Get him on the top lane playing the Juggernaut. And finally, the Jahi playing Tiny.
G.
Yeah, G is probably the right pronunciation. Escitalopram. Ooh, it's a mouthful.
Yep. It is Lexapro is the brand name.
Ah.
An SSRI select serotonin reputake inhibitor.
Did you look that up? Or did you just know that off the top?
I absolutely Googled it.
Hilarious. Alright, so they start with a 2-2 bounty rune. Of course, this is after the patch where bounty runes give the entire team a 200 gold split. So, very important to pick those up at the early game. As we expected, we're going to be seeing Nature's Prophet for the off lanes. Right now, Juggernaut's going to be solo laning right there. Of course, we start with a tri-lane in the middle.
Do you often see... how's the Gyrocopter in mid these days? Is it somewhere that we saw him in Catalyst?
I haven't seen him too much. I didn't watch all the Catalyst game. I don't think I saw him in mid, but he's pliable in the mid lane. I mean, there's a gank going on right now. He did level the homing missile. Of course, it's a very good ability, but of course, the problem is the fact that it's you have to set it up. and it's very obvious while you're setting it up. So we saw Nama Jeff backing up, no problem there.
But it did buy them a bit of harass. They could be
Yeah,
going around
he
on the
might be in
Trubs
trouble
right
in the
now.
bot lane.
Oh, Trubs too. They're going on Trubs. G making his way out. Trubs getting under the tower. He's good to go. G though, he is completely surrounded now. Going to eat an impale. A couple more shots should do the trick. Oh, he's just juking and jiving. They want to make sure that Phantom Lancer misses still.
Yes.
It almost cost them their own first blood. Lions just sitting and taking it.
I mean, he knew he was all calculated, just staying calm and composed like a Buddhist monk. Just took those blows to the back of his head and then just said, to his PL, this is for you. I sacrificed my body for you.
Take.
Yeah, so like mid lane gyro, this is going to be a strength here. Homing missile, very good harass spell, but of course, OD is going to be very good against that because he can obviously use the imprisonment to be able to avoid that. But of course, that means he needs to use the imprisonment defensively, which usually you want to use offensively. You want to imprison the enemy when the range creeps are about to die, and you want to imprison the enemy, deny your range creep, take your own range creep, and then force a big XP swing every single time your imprisonment is up. Of course, that is going to be unavailable for my Nama Jeff.
He's pretty much gonna have to hold that to be defensive with it, right? Because he can't eat too many homing missiles in the early.
Yeah. OD not high regen hero obviously, and if he does use banishment offensively, that means that he can be ganked as well. Well, of course, there is a factor that right now he's been using the imprisonment offensively because he knows Super JJ doesn't have enough mana to use homing missiles, so he's feeling very confident about that.
Fighting the bottom G, is he gonna go? No, actually, he hasn't even hit level 2 yet, so no avalanche available. We'll just have to back up to the tower. Very sad. Even Disruptor is level 2 already.
This top lane isn't really working out for Trupp so far. Only
they're
2
gonna
left.
turn around on the Tiny. There we go. Riptide getting a nice impale to start that out.
Yeah, very good pressure here by these 3. Lion obviously a strong lane support, and if you can land your impales, the hero's great, and Insane just lets that happen. And Nagasaran, just an incredible hero in lane, honestly. Like 7 base armor, decent auto attacks, can definitely slug it out. It's hilarious because Ice Frog was constantly buffing Nagasaran patch after patch, giving her more armor and more lane regeneration. Like right now she has a 4.7 regen with the mango, and that you thought that would make her a better core, but actually what it turned out to be was it just made her into a better support. And we talk about that all the time. Is that what can we do to make bad supports better? Is give them better auto attacks, give them more regeneration in lane, and make their moves be better. And she has all that, and armor. Yes, she has all that. She's like the new ogre, except like she's strong in the late game.
That's the exact parallel I wanted to make was with ogre. You think of armor and regen, it's ogre.
Yeah. Of course, she's not tanking to the point of ogre. Bot lane Jahi again in trouble.
Should be fine this time around. They're chasing him, but
he's
under tower. Ooh, he's got to be careful. He's gonna toss Naga, miss right into the tower, but Phantom Lancer comes in. They're just trying to. Ooh, they ate up.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. Yeah, Miss went him by himself because Inferno backed up because thinking that Miss was going to back up as well, but Miss was confident they could dive. So yeah, just some communication. If Miss said, hey, we can dive, and if they stuck with it together, they might have got that kill.
OD, he's not going to use the Astral. He holds it, and he's going to eat a homing missile. And that's right as Disruptor's running in. He's going to be able to get the kinetic field down. A couple more shots. No!
Ooh.
One more shot away. He does get it, and he goes down to the tower, but he's so happy with that.
Yeah, very well played. I thought that was going to go badly for him, but that worked out.
That's what
the
you're
final
talking
last
about.
hit there.
Is that he has to be using this Astral defensively. He doesn't want to, but he eschewed it just there, and he paid the price very quickly.
Yeah. Get him top lane very low against Trubs, but supports TPing into health in mass.
All right, this mid matchup, how's it going here so far? I guess it's kind of a bit of a wash, right?
Oh yeah, it's right now looking very even right now. Obviously, my Nama Jeff has been ganked, but that wasn't really his fault per se. It's he was ganked, and he hasn't had much support from his supports either because they've been very busy getting PL a good lane. OD eats a missile in the mid lane.
Here comes Disruptor once again. He's going to eat a homing missile, Super J. He's going to hang out Astral, buying a little bit of time. It dodges G's Avalanche, but now G throws him back. Oh no, onto the gyrocopter, getting him killed. My name is Jeff is going to have to run out in the river right now. He's got another toss in just a second. The Avalanche will be more than enough to do it. And are they going to, oh, he tries to throw Miss onto Disruptor, but we'll get the creep instead, and Miss is going to make it out.
So the reason why Gyrocopter was so low was that in the backline, Nature's Prophet TP'd him behind him. And did huge amount of damage to him. And the thing is, Nature Prophet wasn't there at the end of the fight because he got this glimpse back. But that was enough time for him to do enough damage to Super JJ. And obviously, G did not know that was going in the backlines, tossing the OD back to him, giving him the free kill. And that was 4-man rotation there by the Dire.
Yes. Astral coming out at just the right time to dodge the Avalanche. I think if OD got stunned there prior to the Astral, that goes a lot differently.
Definitely agreed. Mid lane TPing in. Trubs.
There they go. Oh, the net and Gyrocopter is here. He's dropping the call down, but 3 men. These are three big power boys. Big damage guys coming here right now. Gyro's going to have a hard time standing up to that.
Yeah, this is a strength of having a Nature's Prophet. He also has a Blightstone to help with the ganks, obviously. Obviously, that synergizes well with the Riptide, which also gives minus armor. So minus 5 armor if they gank together.
Pittsburgh doesn't even have any defensive supports like you might typically see.
Good point.
So anytime, if they get jumped on like that, okay, Lion's just going to get found. He was trying to grab himself a rune. Instead, he will give them a kill. But no defensive support, so if they jump on someone, especially with like leading out with an Astral, they have to fight or leave.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Something to be mind. And top lane right now, Earthspike going auto to get him.
Trubs is getting shackled up. They get a Hex onto him. Ooh, they did get the kill on to get him, and now find the Trubs kill as well in the mid.
I think that was pretty worth it there. Trubs, of course, taking the tower, getting the last hit as well, very important. And you always gotta think about making space for your team. And he did end up dying there, but that meant the Juggernaut was vulnerable, and his team was able to capitalize on that and take that kill, which is a lot more valuable. And so much about Nature's Prophet is having a team around you that's willing to support you like that.
Yep.
Knowing how to utilize the space Nature's Prophet is making for you.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Omni Slash coming out on the MZS, immediately going to take down the Lion and then spin up onto Trubs. He's actually just going to clip down all the trees, do some hedge trimming, and back he goes. Very good.
Sweet revenge.
Oh, now they turn around on Trubs. They're going to glimpse him back into the kinetic field. They've got a shackle out as well. Miss. It's going to go on to Juggernaut. Miss is trying to go in onto Disruptor, but she's going to find a very unfriendly team here, ready to turn around onto her and spin up. She does have a magic wand and will be able to buy herself a little bit of time while OD TP's in. OD cancels the TP, knowing he's not needed, and Miss. A bit of a play there from Miss.
Miss has like balls of steel, man. Like that last dive and this one, this one was super unexpected. Like, what was she thinking against 1v3 even mid lane?
Yep, he's eating a call down here in the mid, but my name is Jeff. He's just standing up to it. He's not super scared. He's gonna force Gyrocopter out of here. TP in from Escataloprem. Are they gonna try and go onto him? I think Jeff should be able to get out of here just fine. Escataloprem won't be able to catch him. Not unless they get a glimpse. Now they glimpse it back to the center, and here we go. Escataloprem shackles out. They're punching him away. Super J was never here. He backed off. I guess he wasn't expecting this gank to come in. And Jeff is just going to walk away.
I mean, there's obviously, the threat of Sanity's Eclipse. He did steal 9 intelligence away from him, and he was sitting at 200 health, and Sanity's Eclipse would have been enough to completely destroy him. Of course, he doesn't have it leveled, but he doesn't really know that. There's a way to check if someone has their ult leveled. Your opponents have their skill leveled.
Go on.
If you click on them and hover over their skill, if they have it leveled, it will show the range of that skill. Because you do it right now on OD. You cannot see the range of Sanity's Eclipse right now. But if he has it leveled, you can see it, even as like observers, and that works as the enemy team as well.
So it only works, but it'll only work on things that have a cast range, right?
Yes.
Very interesting.
So something interesting to keep in mind. It actually was a play during Katowice, which they tried to gank Miracle, who was playing terribly. Top lane actually might be a fight.
Yeah, miss MZS. He's gonna throw the finger into Gi. Gi now eating the Nature's Prophet ultimate. Miss uses the sleep and is now going to turn it around. They get the stop onto Gi. Gi is finally gonna get taken down. They block him up now. A root onto Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter could be in some trouble here. Here comes the homing missile. It's going on to Miss, but a couple more shots. Trebs is in the back line. Now turning it around onto the Disruptor as well, picking up 3 kills there. UMD showing exactly they know how to play together and how to go.
Yeah, was looking slightly choppy there for a little bit when after the song they got caught in a triple man static storm. Okay, and I feel actually, speaking of Nagastar and Disruptor, a combo we see very often, but it's on the opposite team, so something that UMD might want to keep in mind during the next gank there, but very well played by them. Getting a huge team fight going on for them. Of course, Juggernaut was not ready to fight. He doesn't have his Battle Fury yet, and he was farming along, so a very easy 3 for none there.
Yeah, and UMD, they really shouldn't get caught in a 3-man static storm like that. They have the luxury of repositioning during the song, so to be grouped up like that and get turned around on like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a mistake they'll be making again.
I agree. Yeah, so what I was thinking about Terrorblade was they checked if he had Thunder, and it did not have a level, so they ganked him, but Miracle was holding the point. So when he went low, he used the point and then Thundered and then turned down the gank.
Alright, here they go. Turn around onto my name Jeff here in the mid. He's caught inside the kinetic field right now. Homing missile coming in. Shackles up onto OD as well. No way to get him out of here. Missed. Now is out quite in front. We'll get Glimpse back. Ate a couple crits there from the Blade Dance and gets taken down as well.
Something interesting. Miss has Radiance queued up.
That's throwback. It is not Throwback Tuesday, Miss.
It could be, I guess. But yeah, it's not really an item we see too much on Nagastar anymore. It's quite greedy. It can still work, but I don't like the Tranquil Boots if you're going to go for this build. I think you really need to supplement it with a Arcane Boots. Because you're going to be greedy, you need to be farming more, and you need to be having enough mana to be able to use your Mirror Religions to be able to farm anyways. So decide to go for Tranquil Boots and go for Radiance anyways. We'll see if that works out for Miss. I do like the Urn build a lot better.
Yeah. Yes, agreed. But they smoked up immediately. They didn't catch anyone, unfortunately.
But they do find this tri-stack, which is nothing to scoff at. And Inferno, of course, highest net worth right now, 6,600 gold with the Battle Fury going on. No, Juggernaut doesn't even have his Battle Fury finished, so PL way ahead.
They're going to use the song, going to try and set up this fight. Static Storm has already gone down. That's going to give them time to reset. Now, my name is Jeff. He's ready to go. There goes the Earth Spike into 2. There comes the spin into the fight right now. Already losing a few here and there, but Super J is on the backline, staying alive for now, but will finally go down. Now, my name is Jeff. Set 24 stolen in. He's ready to drop this whenever he wants. No, he's not holding the point. He's trying to go into the Disruptor, but he doesn't find him. He gets blocked out by the creeps.
Oh man, if he had the ulti.
That looked like that was going to go so well for UMD.
Yeah, it was a great setup, but unfortunately, I don't think they should have taken the fight because Final Lancer, after taking those tri-stack, he was at 20% health. So he went in there and just died to Gyrocopter's call down and flat cannon combo. He just couldn't withstand that damage.
Yeah, and they were a bit split up, right? There's roughly like 2 on their ramp area and then the other 3 in the back here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but they did manage to, like, bring it in. Well, of course, you were all in the sight range of Gyro, so his flat cannon was doing so much damage to everyone. Yeah, I think it really comes down to, I mean, having your highest net worth hero, your PL, be basically useless in that fight means you're not going to be doing much. Speaking of bot lane, the
Telegram is going to get found. Trubs, TP's in, yep. There they go, they get him now. Get him, thinks. Oh, what a perfectly timed impale. Right as that spin ends, Get him is going to get hit by that and taken down.
My God, MZS. That was crazy. That was frame perfect. Man, MZS dancing along, taunting a little bit. He deserved that one. God. And that was Juggernaut, who's about Battle Fury. He does have the Battle Fury on, who's about to Omni Slash there, which could have done a decent bit of damage, but MZS denying that, shutting it down. Not even a Hex.
Alright, they're going to be able to clean up the tier 2 bottom. And I think that UMD is going to be looking to keep this pressure up and take the rest of the towers as quickly as they possibly can. That's one of those things where if you get someone to build a Battle Fury, or if someone on the other team builds a Battle Fury, your best thing to do is cut off their map control as quickly as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Get them?
So far, yeah, doing very well with this Nature's Prophet. They have all their towers up, tier 1 towers, and they have already taken a tier 2. This is exactly what you're looking for with a Nature's Prophet on your team. Invisor Disruptor on the going top.
Kind of hanging out, chasing, or peeking at Trevs, but not looking to do anything yet. Yeah, that's Invis Rune runs out and he's just gonna have to back up. Information gained, but nothing else really out of it.
Oh, something interesting. Okay, in the chat they say they actually fixed the exploit, the range indicator exploit. Apparently it was like 12 hours after the miracle play happened. They just fixed it right away.
Gotta love when that is brought
Hot
to
fix.
attention and they're just like,
Yeah, it happened in pro game. Get that crap out of here. It's funny because Miracle outplayed the enemy team by using the exploit against them. Rather than using it, he knew that enemy were going to use it against him, so he held the point. And so brilliant. But it's funny that the exploit failing is what brought attention to them and fixed it.
yeah, finally.
Yeah.
All right, OD does have his level 12 and 2 levels of the Status Eclipse now. So in this
Oh,
next
top
fight,
lane.
oh crap,
Jeez.
found him.
But he might say pay for it.
Yeah.
This is DD.
I don't know.
PL.
Yeah, Tiny's just out of here.
Speaking of, get him. Oh, almost catches Lion in the trees. Lion barely TP's out.
But yeah, next fight, UMD, if OD is able to stay alive, get a couple shots in, then he'll have a much better time with Sanity's Eclipse.
Yeah, mid lane
here they go.
song.
They're going to use the song onto Tiny. Tiny's cut out. They're actually using this. Are they trying to deny the tower? Oh no, they're killing up the Serpent Wards, of course, who are not affected by the song, and now they'll be able to clear up the wave and deny the tower.
Oh, yes, they got it. I thought the range creep was damaging it, but no, of course the aggro priority meant the range creep was on them.
Not a bad use for a song.
Yeah, I agree.
It looks like UMD using it like that, I think, and not engaging. They are just looking to farm a little bit more. Is there an item coming out that they're waiting for before they really try and fight? I know PL's probably somewhat weak right now, right?
Radiance on Naga is a huge item, and she has almost 4k gold right
They're
now.
still going for it. I thought they might change their mind, but
Oh.
no. All right, we've got a
Glimpse,
glimpse back
OD.
onto Jeff. Jeff is caught in the mid lane inside the kinetic field. Avalanche comes out, shackled up, brought down.
Yeah, if they can manage to get this, Naga Siren is locked in. She has popped the Sacred Relic, so she is locked into this path. But if they can get this item, it's a huge item. Like the amount of map pressure she's going to put on with this, and also the mischance is nothing to scoff at either.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of right click there on their team. Even Shadow Shaman wants to be right clicking with that big massive base damage.
Yeah. It's especially nice against the Gyrocopter too. We keep on talking about that flat cannon, which can do, mass amount of damage throughout the team fight. Be able to make some of those miss can have a huge impact in the team fight.
Pittsburgh gonna push themselves onto a tier 1 tower, but UMD looks like they might make something happen in another lane. Of course, it's Naga Siren pushing a lane. Doesn't even have that radiance yet. It's already pushing lanes.
Missiled. No, they're not gonna follow up though. Or are they?
They're not sure if there's anyone behind her, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Get them in the mid lane, going after PL. PL going aggressive.
PL trying to go on to get him right now. They've got Super J here, and that's going to mean that PL needs to get out of here. Uses the double walk, but turns it straight around now. Wisp is here.
Oh, no, they're getting
they
choked.
think it's the wrong one.
No, they Omni slashed
the
it.
Omni slash. It's going to go on to Miss. Miss, though, gets a root out onto get him. Miss is making his way away. If you actually get away with this, Miss. No, I think she's going to be... She's juking. She's juking. Making her way to the trees. Should be TPing out of here in just a moment. And actually, they're going to get help from Trubs. Trubs comes in. Get him, gets the kill onto Trubs, so they'll turn it around. Both Inferno and Miss surviving that. And then immediately Inferno goes in aggressively on Super J and gets taken out. Miss, if you get killed by G here, all of that was basically for nothing.
I mean, they got Juggernaut out of it, at the very least. I think it's gonna be fine. It's completely fine.
Oh, that was some technical play.
Yeah, that was insane jukes there. Imagine turning around and getting the Juggernaut. And they traded for Nature Power, which is fine. Of course, at the end they got greedy there, sending the PL in there, who was already low, who got Shadow Bladed by the Tiny.
Speaking of Shadow Bladed Tiny, he's scouting out my name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff can smell him. He can smell the rocks. Go back out.
Have to get out. Just gonna cleave up a camp there.
100 gold away from the Radiance. Sell your stout. Yeah, she's all your stout. Oh, okay. This isn't a good 22-minute Radiance on support Saga
That's
Naga.
exceptionally good.
That's great. Yeah. Like sometimes when you're having a bad game as a carry siren, 22-minute Radiance is what you end up having. Of course, you're going to have other items as well with like at least a Ring, Aquila.
Yeah.
But very good timing, honestly.
And here it goes. Illusion's coming out, ready to push the lanes.
Of course, something to mention here is Illusion Radiance was nerfed a few patches ago. So it does lesser damage when it's on illusions. But still very good combo.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, tier 1's cleaned up there by Pittsburgh, and they're buying themselves a little bit of map control if they can, but all of their tier 2s have already been claimed here. So they're going to pressure down to the tier 2.
Yeah, mid lane Gyrocopter gets caught in the Sprout and then taken down. That means it does open up, as you said, the tier 2 in the bot lane, and we're taking that. But looks like UMD not deterred by this at all. They're going to sacrifice that tower.
Yeah, they already dropped Serpent Ward, so they're not sure what they can do. All right, here comes the song. Coming in the top, the mid, there it is. Way in the back.
She got the glimpse back.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. All right, Static Storm goes down. It's going to catch Lion inside of it. Lion just making his way away. Astral buys him a little bit of time. They clear up the tier 3 tower. And now the Illusion's just on the high ground, kind of chipping away at these heroes as long as they can. Goes back on to MZS, but they're happy to give up a Lion for a safe retreat.
Yeah. Bringing the high ground. Of course, also top, taking a huge amount of damage from these creeps as well. So they did good amount of base damage, sacrificing their tier 2 in the bot lane for it, but well worth it for tier 3. And yeah, right now Pittsburgh are going to have a huge problem on their hands here with this huge amount of push coming from Naga Siren, plus the Prophet, plus the Battle Fury Final Lancer. Being able to deal with this kind of pressure is going to be quite rough. And this is where Nature Prophet shines.
Yeah, absolutely. So Naga's got the Radiance. Is she gonna? Do you think she's gonna move into some more support items after this, or is she basically just transitioned into core?
Just a core. Well, if you can pick up a Radiance, try a core, basically, because you won't be able to farm the map, right?
Yep.
So you don't need to buy cheap items anymore. She's probably gonna go for the Octarine core now.
Yep. Point booster just picked up.
That could go into Egg Scepter though, if she does want to go more supporty. We'll see how she feels.
That's not bad. You don't see that Ags often, but when you do, I feel like that is so impactful.
Yeah, you see it on support Sirens if she can get enough money. Usually support Sirens build path goes Tranquil Boots into Urn, into Spirit Vessel, into a Blink Dagger or Force Staff, into an Egg Scepter if you can get there. But usually the game's over by then. Oh, Beam Hammer. Sorry, I forgot the Meteor Hammer. Obviously,
yes,
after
of
the Spirit
course.
Vessel. After Meteor Hammer, top
going
lane.
on top,
Hex.
onto get him. The Hex, the stun, and the finger already used. Miss comes in. Are they gonna? Yes, they're able to cancel the TP thanks to Net.
So good. The ability is like Ensnare makes support siren work. Such a good ability. Even if he was spin TPing out there, couldn't prevent that from happening.
And now she's going to be able to use her illusions to clear the wave. They've got a catapult coming in. More damage going to go out onto this tier 3. What's Pittsburgh going to be able to do to hold?
Well, UMD just said go for the Roshan, which I do agree with. Keep it safe, play it safe. Don't go high ground without the Roshan here. And bot lane right now taking damage from them, but that's going to tip Pittsburgh off to the fact that UMD is probably taking the Roshan. But it's not like they can do anything about it.
MZS finally shows up to clear the wave out.
Yeah. Now you gotta deal with double Lancers.
The Lancer, the Cancer Lancer.
The Cancer Lancer. And he's going for Heart next, which is a very smart idea against his team, obviously. There's a lot of AoE damage from the other team. And there's something to recognize here is that if Pittsburgh can manage to, I think, survive towards the late game where they can kind of catch up on farm and map advantage, they definitely have a chance in this game still.
MZS got beat down by G, but the rest of them are gonna come in. Blink out, Tiny.
Nice.
He's got his TP available, but they have no way to stop him. No one shows up.
Yeah, looks like Nagasaran is going for that Octarine core here. Buys the Vit booster.
My name's Jeff. He's not been having the greatest time here in this game.
Oh, Miss gets the Omni Slash top.
Caught inside the stat storm as well. Shackled up. They're gonna find her and down her. Despite
Mid now.
They're chucking. Oh, they're gonna chuck OD or chuck the gyrocopter onto the OD. Homing missile coming in. Shrubs comes here. The Astral's gonna buy him a little bit of time. Now gyrocopter trying to make his way away. PL shown up. Inferno now beating down Super J. TP in from Get Him, but he pops the shrine. It's almost enough, but not quite Get Him. Now losing all of his mana to Inferno. Inferno doppling up once again. There's the finger into him and Get Him. They got him.
Why they turn around there? From them catching both of the cores. And of course the Siren went out top, but of course Siren's actually position 4, so not a big deal for them. I was very happy to take those 2 down. I was going to say something that interesting happened in the last fight, but I can't remember. I have a huge brain fart right now.
Me either, but it's
what
okay.
Happened?
Because they're pushing high ground right now. They got some key pickoffs. They've got themselves an Aegis. It's high ground time.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm not even remember. Meanwhile, PL is going in.
He'll going in deep. He's trying to fight up on the disruptor right now. Another Lance is not going to do it. He uses that clip cape to buy himself the time he needs, but he's going to take some shots to the face from Guy. Guy trying desperately to get this Inferno off of his teammates, but taking down a Shadow Shaman as well. Now he doesn't have buyback. He wasn't able to use these Serpent Wards in the defense either. Now Inferno is going in deep once again. He's going to find the disruptor and jump onto him. They'll pop the Aegis. They didn't get the disruptor. He's trying to go so hard for these backbinders. Now they're going to drop the static storm, but they have no follow-up on it. Instead, it's going to be a call down onto the barrack. Miss taking a little bit of damage, but My Name is Jeff is just here, popping away. Got plenty of HP now. Astral going to be used. Miss is going to go down, and that cancels the song. Now, Get Him going to be able to chase down My Name Jeff. And a tree thrown through the air will get the final kill onto it, but we still have Inferno deep, deep, deep. He needs to get out of here, though. How is he going to?
He's juking.
Juking again.
Oh, okay. He actually did it with the illusion. Can he get out, though?
He's got Doppel. Oh, he's trying too hard.
Oh, he works again.
No, he's making it away. He's getting the Phantom Rush, but getting glimpsed back finally.
Wow. Oh my god. I can't believe that constantly keeps on working. Man, he's really good with those micros, but I think that fight went badly because Inferno was getting a little bit too greedy for those backline dives.
Yeah, they used the Aegis for not that much of anything. It was, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of space while they took objectives, set and a half of racks down.
For sure.
It feels like they could have maybe done more if he was fighting with his team instead of just slapping around in the backline.
Yeah, no, definitely agreed. And Disruptor's Glimmer Cape does so much work in that fight. Yeah, so what I was gonna say in the back, we were talking about that when I had a big brain fart, is that Fiel wasn't doing any more damage. Actually, Troll's like if in the mid lane, Jahi kills him. Whew, he's godlike now. They're making the comeback happen right now.
Oh, glimpse coming out onto MZS. MZS under the tower. Get him. Going to be able to spin up on him. Right now, MZS goes for the juke, but he's now in the middle of Pittsburgh's hungry, angry jaws.
Beyond godlike Tiny. Man, how did this game turn around so big here? Tiny is so fed. Look at his items. Boost of Travels, Echo Saver, Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, Drums.
UMD is going to have Song and 20, and they need to hold at least that long until they get a fight reset here. They should be able to hold them off of the high ground for now, though, right, Golgi? I don't see Pittsburgh coming straight up, or are they going? They want to do it.
Looks like they are. Oh, yeah, they have the Serpent
The
Wards.
Serpent Wards are going to drop them now. Inferno, he's got Illusions just fighting away in the front, but they're getting cleaned up very quickly. Serpent Wards pecking away at the tower, and UMD not looking to try and take this fight right now. Astral goes out onto My Name is Jeff. My Name is Jeff just trying to stay alive for now, and here it is. They get the song and are going to go forward aggressively, clean up the Serpent Wards while they can, and now turn it around onto Super J. Sanity's Eclipse already getting dropped now. The Static Storm buying a little bit of time. Inferno gonna go down. Ash playing the Omni Slash, then followed up. Miss gonna get taken down by the Omni Slash.
Yeah, well, stun up light.
They buy back on Miss, but not on Inferno yet.
They get the got him.
They've already lost their melee racks though.
Yeah, I mean they preserved the buyback on PL. I don't think they've done much, and then they lose the Ranger Axe to the Cannon Creep as well. And now the net worth finally swing the other way. Take a look at the graph. Actually, it's not showing right now, but we can see in the green there under the kill count that it actually is now over on to the side of Pittsburgh, making it happen. Right now, of course, they're still sitting at 1 rack deficit, but now the farm is on the side of Pittsburgh, and we're talking about during the draft phase that this team has all it takes to be able to counter this team. PL, no problem. They can melt that like butter if you have the items. The H's Prophet is going, his army is going more and more easier to clear up as well. Okay. So to go back to the point we're forgetting about. Actually, never mind. Yeah, G fight.
Avalanche toss combo into My Name is Jeff, but MZS is here, buying himself a little bit of time. They are going to be able to dust him up, just hanging out in the tower. Here comes the Astral as well. He's going to get caught for now, but do they have any more? Okay, yes, they are able to get the net onto him before he's able to Shadow Blade again, so taking down that kill. All right, Golgi, what you were saying before, go.
Okay, so PL was going on the Gyrocopter, who had lost all of his mana, so PL wasn't doing any more damage to him. But the Gyrocopter ran into the shrine, which we saw the Juggernaut pop, and Juggernaut popped it enough to heal him, and of course that also gave him mana as well, which let PL do the damage, so the shrine didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah?
And that was a big brain for our head. I mean, it's such a useless information, but here it is. So now I'm undeterred. Looks like UMD are going to go up today. At least want to find this buyback on Tiny. Of course, Tiny does not have the buyback. No, they'll take this.
Serpent Wards go down defensively, but they're going to have to try and protect their racks here. They don't have fortification available. Call down coming in into the middle of the team. They are going to be able to doppel walk out. Here comes a sleep, a glimpse back. Miss is just resetting the fight. They look like they want to go around. Here they go. Fight into 3. Immediately taking down the Disruptor. Obviously coming in on MZS, but Inferno is already tearing through the rest of the team. They've got buyback on Geth. Gonna try and come back in. Inferno is pretty low right now. Here comes the Omni Slash, but it gets stopped with the Astral, and now Get him is out pretty deep. Inferno should be able to stay alive just a little bit longer for the rest of the team to come in. Hex out onto Get him, and now he is deep with the buyback. Is gonna die immediately, and it looks like it is gonna be over for Pittsburgh very soon. Never mind, Tiny comes easy to be able to blow up some of the cores. They still have to claim the barracks out of this.
G making it happen here. He threw a little bit there with that death that led to this, but they managed to defend their racks.
Don't even lose. They lose just the tier 3 out of it.
Yep, they just lose the tier 3. Still standing. Looks like now Jeff and MZS want to do something here. Of course, during that fight, MZS called GG well played by mistake, because he was so excited about the 3-man stun, and he, meanwhile fighting, in the middle of fighting, he typed all caps Ori, O-R-R-Y. because he was so panicked. But man, MZS has some insane timing on the Earth Spike. That was also frame perfect as soon as the song ended. Getting that 3-man stun, winning that team fight for his team.
Yeah, he knows this hero.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, 500 health at level 20? That's huge talent.
I love that he's also been able to pick up the Blink Dagger as well. Blink Hexes are huge for a support.
Yeah, this item turns this hero into a real hero, honestly. Like, really. Well, once the Blink Dagger's online, he's a really good hero. It's just the getting there, that's the problem, right?
Absolutely. And he doesn't even have any, he's got a 90 gold per minute talent, which he's actually eschewed in favor of the Finger of Death damage.
I agree. I think Finger of Death damage is much better. It does 1,050 damage right now, and I think that's really strong. You don't need a lot of money as Lion either. All you need is Blink Dagger.
Trump's gonna get found by G. Here comes the shots. Couple shots right into the face. Avalanche toss combo. G. This Rockman is a monster. Super J is gonna have to get Glimmercade out of there. They're turning it around on Escatalogram. Whacked up, beat down. They find him now. A tree getting thrown just into the PL illusions. G's gonna get out. But
PL, I think, should farm this heart. If she had this heart, these fights would go so much better for him. He's very close as well. Glimpse?
Instead, he's going to get Glimpse now. They've got the song coming out. Are they going to be able to turn around on this? Tiny, they don't know that he's here right now. There we go. No, they do find him. They hex him up, dust him immediately. He's blinking out now. They're trying to go on to get him. Get him is netted up. Finger of Death coming in. A couple more shots will be more than enough. Get him down again. 100 seconds. No buyback. Finding the Disruptor as well. They won't have a Static Storm for the high ground defense if they can even delay it. Banished Astral coming out. They find the Gyrocopter as well. Rest of the team coming in. There's the blink from MZS, but not getting it this time with the Force Staff.
And Heart fought out now by PL. They've gone Z in the mid lane. Get out of this.
Yep, G's gonna get caught up. Now he's netted. They're turning around on him. No mana Astral doing, or Insanity's Eclipse doing all the damage in the world. Escatalogram getting beat down. He does have buyback and Serpent Wards. Instead, he buys out. No buyback available on. There we go. Okay, he just resold. He's gonna buy back, and they need Serpent Wards. They got the buybacks. They have Mega Creeps. I don't think UMD needs to stick around if they don't want to. Immediately, Tiny's gonna get found. They're gonna turn it around. Another Finger of Death into him, stun him up. Some shots from Trubs, and the burn from Miss will be more than enough to do it. And GG gets called from Pittsburgh. UMD gonna be able to finally take it here in what looked like a bit of a struggle there towards the mid, but recovering and hitting back hard.
Yeah, Pittsburgh really made the game close there, with that Tiny doing so much space and work for them, but not so much that he could carry too much, because once that UMD was onto his tricks, they just bought sentries, put sentries everywhere, knew Tiny was coming and killed the Tiny, and then from that point they could just march into the enemy base and take the fight.
Sure. Now, I don't think that Pittsburgh necessarily did anything super wrong there. It didn't feel like they lost their lanes significantly. It didn't feel like they had a draft issue. I'm having a hard time picking out why this game turned out the way it did. Golgi, can you give me a rundown on that?
I mean, their lanes didn't go very well, right? Juggernaut didn't necessarily have an amazing lane. Trubs got what he needed to be doing on the Nature's Prophet, got levels and started ganking mid, and then Gyrocopter died like 2 or 3 times in the lane because Trubs kept constantly TPing in there. And my name Jeff obviously had a great time with that. Miss MZS in the bot lane with the PL, making sure that he gets a good time there. And it did shut down G for at least for that time being. Of course, he did manage to come back towards the late game, but it did slow him down. And all you want when you come to Nature's Prophet lineup is for you to get out of the lane ahead, because that means you can start pressuring lanes and start taking towers. And if you start taking towers, that means you're going to have more and more money. And so this kept snowballing with that, taking objectives, and managed to write that momentum victory. And just classic Nature's Prophet gaming.
Yeah, and I guess, yeah, good point. If there's a litmus test that exists for how well has your early game gone, I think your support Naga having a Radiance at 22 minutes is a pretty good indicator.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, everyone, that was game number 1. We'll be right back and be bringing you guys game number 2.
the scenario.